Welcome to my channel and I'm Reviewer. In this video, we will explain Horimiya. This tells the story of two different high school students, an academically successful schoolgirl and a quiet loser schoolboy. They turned out to have something in common in hiding their other nature from others. This is what makes their relationship even closer. How will their story unfold? Will they be involved in a love affair? Let's find out in Horimiya. Horimiya tells a story of a beautiful young girl named Kyoko Hori. Not only is she beautiful, but she is smart. So she became one of the popular girls at school. Her beautiful appearance is the main attraction. When Kyoko was about to enter the classroom, several male students looked at her. In class, she is greeted by two close friends, Toru Ishikawa and Yuki Yoshikawa. When Kyoko was sitting on the bench and they were joking, Toru kept staring at Kyoko several times, and it is clear that he secretly had feelings for his best friend. Izumi Miyamura is a male student with long hair covering half of his face. Apparently, he was a quiet student and rarely socialized with other friends. Toru jokes that no one knows Miyamura because he has never done anything that attracts attention since entering school. For some reason, Toru's words caught Kyoko's attention. During the lesson, Kyoko looked at Miyamura several times. She seemed curious to know more about her classmate. The scene changes when Kyoko comes home from school. Kyoko's house looks big and comfortable. Once home, Kyoko immediately changed her clothes and her appearance. She started cleaning the house. After that, she leaves the house and heads to a kindergarten school. Apparently she picked up her younger brother, Sauta Hori. Kyoko's life at home is very different from that at school, where she is a popular student admired by many students. At home, she has to replace the mother role for Sauta. One day, the doorbell rang. She hurriedly opened the door and saw Shota standing with blood running from his nose in front of the door. Shota is not alone, and he was with a man who did have a lot of piercings on his ears and lips. The man apparently drove Shota home. After making sure the man wasn't a bad person, Kyoko invited him into the house. As an expression of gratitude for taking Shota home when her brother had a nosebleed, she prepared a drink for him. Shota, Kyoko, and the man chatted at the dining table intimately. That's when the man suddenly said he knew Kyoko. But she denied it because she had no friends with the appearance like him. The man then introduced himself as Izumi Miyamura, her classmate who was quiet and never showed his face. Kyoko was even more surprised after he introduced himself. She couldn't believe that Izumi, who looked like a nerd at school, actually looked like a delinquent outside of school. The next day at school, Izumi's appearance returns to normal. He was sitting in a chair by the window with long hair covering his face. Meanwhile, Kyoko, who still didn't expect Izumi's other appearance, continued to stare at him from her seat. Unbelievable by the previous day's events, Kyoko went to Izumi's chair and greeted him, making him lift his head and reveal his face. She asks him to talk to her outside of class. Kyoko again expresses disbelief at the difference in Izumi's appearance at school and home. Izumi explains that he only looks like that outside of school. In addition, he then said that he thought she would be afraid of him after seeing his delinquent appearance yesterday. Izumi's worries are apparently not without reason. He explained that previously when his friends found out about his appearance outside of school, they were afraid. Kyoko insists she is not afraid of him because of his appearance. On the other hand, she is happy because they have something in common. They both have secrets that others don't want to know. Another side of themselves is hidden. Kyoko's words made Izumi smile. He felt happy and thanked her because he had socialized with classmates for the first time. Kyoko and Izumi became close. They often meet every time after school. Shota asked Kyoko to invite her friend back then, so she invited Izumi to stop by the house. While Kyoko cleans the house and washes the dishes, Izumi will look after Shota. He played with Shota and read him a book. Izumi's personality is apparently very different from his delinquent appearance. He quickly became familiar with Shota and even brought Shota's favorite cake when he visited. Izumi didn't just become close to Shota. At home, between cleaning activities, Kyoko and Izumi often talk. They became closer to each other. Kyoko noticed Izumi was watching her because she knew a few things about him. But Izumi's surprise didn't stop there. One night when Kyoko is preparing dinner, Izumi reveals his tattoo. He then lifted the shirt and showed the tribal tattoo wrapped around his side. He apparently really likes tattoos. The tattoo made Kyoko feel scared. She told him that she understood and accepted why he had a tattoo. She then said that everyone has the right to do whatever they like. At school, Kyoko and Izumi are close friends. This could not be separated from the observations of Kyoko's two friends, Toru and Yuki. Yuki saw Kyoko and Izumi chatting near the classroom window. Toru, who suddenly came and saw the closeness of Kyoko and Izumi, felt jealous. But Toru came to Izumi, standing alone, to ask if he and Kyoko were dating. Izumi replied that they had nothing to do with it. On the same day, Toru and Izumi skipped gym class. Toru asked Izumi why he always wears long sleeves, no matter how hot he is. Izumi finally confesses the truth, telling him about the tattoos on his body. He then showed a row of piercing holes in the ears and lips. Toru is surprised because Izumi is not what he thought. Toru said that at first, he thought he was a gloomy person and didn't want to socialize. This other side of him makes Toru interested and wants to be close friends with him. Izumi begins to open up to Toru, and they become close friends. Even Toru reveals the feelings he has for Kyoko. After school, Kyoko invites Izumi to go home together. However, he refuses and allows Toru to confess his love for Kyoko. Izumi said he would pick up Shota and take care of the house. Toru finally talks to Kyoko and says he has feelings for her. As expected, she rejects Toru's declaration of love. Izumi was almost late to pick up Shota, so he hurriedly left. That's when he accidentally met Yuki. Luckily, Yuki didn't recognize him because his appearance was completely different. Kyoko gets angry with Izumi at home after knowing that Toru knows about his secret, and she doesn't want others to know about the secret. Kyoko's anger shows how jealous she is when the other side of Izumi is known by others. They argue with each other, and she finally shows that she actually has feelings for him. At that time, Izumi then said that he did not want the other side of her to be known by others. The next day at school, Kyoko is in the student committee room with two other students who are the administrators. She apparently is a member of the student committee, where every day she gets assignments from her senior named Rimi Asaki. Rimi is dating Kakeru Sengoku, Kyoko's childhood friend and student committee chairperson. When handing over the task for the day from Rimi, Kyoko and Kakeru seem close. Rimi accidentally bumps into Izumi in the schoolyard, causing the file she was carrying scattered to fall to the ground. But strangely, she didn't care about the fallen files and just left. The scene moves back to the school building the next day. In the hallway of the school, the students were seen swarming. They saw Kakeru scolding Kyoko, who was considered not to carry out her duties as a student committee member properly because she neglected to take care of the files given. Izumi heard that and immediately remembered the file Rimi left after colliding with him yesterday. Izumi ventured to give the file. But before that, he met Kakeru in the school hallway and immediately beat him. When Kyoko came over after hearing the commotion, Izumi said he hit him out of annoyance at seeing Kyoko being scolded. The fight with Kakeru was apparently not the only one. The next day, Izumi then fights with Toru because of Kyoko. After hitting Izumi, Toru instead checked to see if he was okay. The fight made their friendship even closer. On the other hand, Izumi and Kyoko become closer. He always came to Kyoko's house after school, and they would eat together. They try to get close and intertwine hands. After holding hands, Kyoko was about to express her feelings for him when suddenly the house door opened. Apparently, Kyoko's mother Yuriko Hori came home with some groceries after picking up Shota. The atmosphere became awkward when Yuriko saw Kyoko alone with a boy. Then Kyoko introduced Izumi to her mother. Yuriko looked a little scared of Izumi because of his appearance. After hearing more about him, Yuriko finally believed he was a good person. She then allows Izumi to be friends with Kyoko and Shota. The scene changed a few days later. Kyoko was seen sleeping with a thick blanket. She is holding a thermometer that shows a number with a high temperature. Apparently, she is sick and has a fever. Kyoko's condition worries Izumi. He comes to visit her and accompanies her into the room. He tries to take care of her and gives her a drink. Kyoko's condition, who had a fever, often made her mutter. Kyoko talks about her past, where she was always alone because her parents worked. She was crying, and Izumi tried to calm her down. When she was sleeping, Izumi said that he loved her. But actually, she doesn't sleep and hears Izumi's declaration of love.